Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Talk About Lego. This is Jason, of course, with the Brick Stop as usual, and we got Andrew with Brick Monarch and Brick Monarch Shop. Check out our website. Well, check out your website. Check out both our websites. We got links. We got Instagram. Check out our stuff if you want more content from us. And yeah, how you doing, man?
Good.
Awesome.
Good.
Well, do you want to explain to our people why this is not a pirate slide up here?
Yeah. Well, we had to talk about it. I mean, everybody's doing these videos all over YouTube and giving their 2 cents, and I mean, that's just one-sided, right? Now, I know that our opinion is also one-sided, but we're also willing to take on some criticism from the chat.
That's fair. Yeah.
Let's talk about it as a group.
Yeah. I'm excited to hear your opinions in the chat as well as yours, Andrew. I think you and I both kind of come to the same conclusion after seeing some of these things that we're pretty excited for this. It's mostly positive, if not all positive. But I have heard some murmurs among the castle fans, the hardcores, that some things aren't up to par, and we can explore those things too. So, but yeah, that's what we're talking about tonight. We're going to be talking about the Medieval Town Square, which dropped. Man, it feels like an age ago already. The Instagram's just been popping off this whole week.
I know.
It seems like and then what was it? You went to a con. Which one was that again?
The Atlanta Brick Con. Yeah,
it was Atlanta Brick Con.
Yeah, over the weekend.
Yeah, so that's been happening. People posting from that.
Oh yeah, lots of cool stuff there.
Yeah, it seems like it's just been a long week of. Seems like it's been forever for us to wait to talk about this.
It has. And you know what's even crazier too is I literally, like, today I went to work. I got home around, I don't know, 12, 1 o'clock or something like that. And as soon as I walk in the door, I start building.
Yeah. Nice.
And I got my phone next to me, just keeping tabs with everybody, what's going on.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been kind of nonstop.
Been a hectic week. Yeah, it seems like there's been some leaks and a lot of people making videos, a lot of people talking about different stuff. I don't know. Just in the back of my head, it's just swirling with the whole week's.
Have you ever noticed that happens when Newcastle stuff comes out?
Yeah, that's
everybody's head blows off their body and freaks out.
Something about Castle. Oh, that's what it is. It's the Bricklink designer program dropped all that and everything blew up.
Yeah,
over there
it was
too.
just like a whirlwind.
It's just been every day. It seems like something's been happening on the social media side of things. So yeah, hopefully anyone in the chat got
that is kind of crazy though how Bricklink set that up to be like purchased right before this was revealed.
Yeah, you kind of wonder.
And then it sold out in like what, 4 or 5 hours, same day.
Mountain Fortress was roughly, it seemed, I didn't keep exact track. It was probably around 4 to 4.5 hours. Probably Mountain Fortress sold out. $380 Lego castle. That's not even technically official Lego set. I mean, it is, but it's not. You know how it is. Fan designed castle sold out. Almost a $400 castle sold out in 4 hours. They made several $1 million on that in a couple hours. So yeah, good for them. Good for the designer. He's going to cut a nice fat check from that too. So I appreciate that. I don't know if you knew that because we had talked about that last week that we weren't sure if they made money on these. They do. Apparently it's about 5% of the sales. So
on Bricklink
designer program. Yeah,
I didn't realize that.
So good for those guys because we like to see people in the community make some money off of their work.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if they're gonna pick something and make it, I mean, the designer should definitely get something.
Yeah, so it's a decent. Yeah,
there's a lot of effort. People don't realize the effort that goes into fucking creating these things.
Well, and just I have looked into it. Obviously, you can, if you follow my Instagram or know what we're both, you as well. We've put together our own mocks and sold instructions for some of them and. Peter and off topic, love pirates. Yeah,
Peter, we love pirates too. Okay, but it's not tonight. Not tonight, man. We got to talk about this.
We're coming back. We're coming back to pirates probably next week, I would assume, right?
Yeah. Next week, yeah, for sure.
But no, just jumping back real quick to end that thought about the building process and things like that. On Bricklink Designer, they not only require you to build something, in a limited palette, right? Because it has to be available parts. So you have to work within that palette, and it's a limited amount of pieces you're allowed to go with. So you can't do like a $10,000 piece, obviously, project. But not only that, they require you to build the instructions to very specific specifications as well. So you have to do all of that in the time to submit it.
Yeah.
And then they'll kind of go over and fix some issues in the instructions and fix some issues in the build or whatever. But yeah, it's a very huge commitment of time and energy and creative, output to put these things together.
I thought it was very interesting that, they released that and then the images of this dropped. You know.
Getting that castle hype going, I mean,
got to get that castle hype train rolling through.
That was, so if you think about it, what was it? It was Castle in the Forest was 5,000, was it? I think it was 10,000 copies.
10,000 copies.
And it glitched and sold like 20 or something like that. And there was a weird glitch, and they said they would honor all the sales, even though it allowed twice as many as they originally had allowed. All that to be said, it sold out in about a half hour. And so this one was 4 hours, but it was 30,000 copies. So that's almost right. So it's like another 10,000 copies on top of that, still sold out. And it was almost $100 and something odd dollars more than the Forest and the Castle.
Yeah.
Still just sold out with
kind of expensive.
Under a day, sold out. So there's clearly a market, guys.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why
I wish Lego would realize that and just bring Castle back full swing, right? That'd be great.
Yeah,
for everybody.
Instead of the big $200, $300 sets like this. I mean, these too, obviously, but let's get some $10 sets or $12, $15 sets and $20 and $30 and $40 sets.
The $10 sets would have like a minifig and like maybe 2 pieces.
That'd be a poly bag, I guess now. But
yeah, it'd be a poly bag, yeah.
Which I'd like that still. Give me a poly bag with a goat and a dragon master in it.
Right.
It could just have it like as the feeding. It's like Dragon's Dinner. Call it Dragon's Dinner and have a goat with a dragon master, like pushing him on a cart to the dragon cave. Dragon Dinner.
So, what's your overall opinion here across the board, Jason? Scale of 1 to 10. What's your rating on this?
So I did a little reel on Instagram actually, and at the end of the reel, I basically said 10 out of 10. Pick it up when it comes out. Looking at it now, listen to some other criticism, I'd still give it easily 8.5, if not more. There are a few things that bug me about it, so I'm not going to give it maybe a 10 out of 10, but it's up there still. It's a Lego Castle set, so I mean, I love it. I think overall it's a phenomenal set. It's a well-priced set. You're getting a lot for your money, and it's all castle related. So you can't go wrong, man. I mean, what do you think? Did I lose you, man? You on here? I think I might have lost Andrew already. All right, let me jump into the comments. Let's address these people. Thanks for jumping on with us tonight. Let's see. We got some questions. Let's see here. Good evening, everyone, from Steve. Yeah, thank you for joining us, my friend. Peter, the tower looks like it's part of a bigger wall. Is it modular anyway? To connect the Lion Knight's castle. There was an image where it was nestled next to the Lion Knight's castle, and that wall actually does seem to it mirrors it really well. So you can kind of almost do a guarded in type situation with that. So that's pretty cool. It doesn't clip in necessarily, but hey there.
It's gonna be one of those nights.
What's your opinion on the village? See you later.
See ya.
No, I was just answering a couple questions here. So, but yeah.
Sorry about that, guys. We're having a big storm roll through Middle Tennessee right now. So
all good. Just talking about it. That's what we're here
out in the
for.
boonies.
I gave it like originally like a 10 out of 10, and looking at it a little more in depth, I still 8.5, right? I mean, it's up there. It's a good castle set. So
yeah, I'd give it a 9 for sure.
Yeah, 9.
Solid 9. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. There's a few things that bug me, but it's not enough to like be like, oh man, this set sucks. I mean, I've literally gotten DMs and people telling me like it's bad set, bad minifigs and stuff, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I'll be the first to admit we've torn sets apart on this channel. Like,
oh yeah,
this one,
we're good at that.
Yeah, I don't really have an issue here. Like, I don't
No,
know.
no.
So
I think overall, it's a pretty solid set. Okay. The price point on this is phenomenal.
I did mention that a little bit
Yeah.
when you jumped off for a second.
Two
Yeah,
two
yeah.
thirty, $230 is a buy two right off rip for me.
8 minifigs, 300 or 3,304 pieces. Yeah, it's phenomenal. Great price. And you're getting a lot of unique stuff in it too. You know?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, what is there, like 6 new prints? No, on minifigs?
Yeah. 6 out of the 8 are new.
Yeah.
And one of them's a wolf pack. Let's just, I
Yeah,
mean,
and
I
one
know
of
we're
them's a
going to
wolf
bring that
pack,
up,
so
but
let's throw that out there.
we'll talk about that a little later in depth, but like, just, yeah. So overall, I mean, it's all positive for the most part. We can get into negatives a little later, just some nitpick stuff. But for now, like, just starting out, talking about it, it's a very exciting set. It works really well. Obviously mirrors a lot of the Lion Knight's castle architecture. So if you're a big fan of that, you're gonna love this one. You know, yeah. Tricerion says, "I'm all about the animals. Really wanted more." Yeah, see, that's one of the things that I'm a little less excited about is the lack of animals there. So
Yeah, I mean, but I've said this before. I've got a whole tub of animals because I've been
sure,
collecting them forever.
yeah.
And I've got the black and white cow, the brown ones, the nougat one or whatever color that is. I
Hmm.
got plenty of them. I got like handfuls of them.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
biggest pet peeve on this is the stickers.
Stickers are a big one, and most of it looks like stickers.
Yeah.
Like 90% of the patterns, designs are all stickers. So
They
that's a
are they
huge.
are very interesting though.
They're really okay. I
I
mean,
wish they were printed though.
absolutely.
Those
That is.
pieces would skyrocket in value.
Oh yeah. I mean, and they'd just be fun to have those as prints. They're gonna last longer. They're gonna keep their value. Like they'd be cooler parts if they didn't just have stickers on them.
Oh yeah.
And we can, yeah, I'm sure we have images of some of that too. Let's just soak in this
Yeah.
first one though. Color. That's been a huge thing people don't love. I really only dislike the olive green building. The rest of the colors are fine. The tan, the white, the red, the gray looks great.
The olive green, it doesn't really bother me, honestly.
Again, it's just like a pet peeve. Would I have preferred a different color? Probably, but it's just not it's really, it might lack a little bit of that more classic feel of castle being that color, but and then the roof color's fine. It's, I don't know about the dark brown roof.
I like it.
You like the dark brown one?
Yeah.
Nougats and the tans and everything.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. The thatch is the thatch, I would say, on the roof is a little funky on that the wheel right and the cheese maker, the cheesemongers.
Yeah.
It's a little patchy looking. There's a better way to probably do that. Those are those little nitpicks though. Colors, some people are annoyed with the colors. Some people don't love the detail. They say for an 18 plus set or whatever, it should be way more detailed and way more like what do they call it? Like parts usage and technique and stuff. And I'm like, I don't know about that. Like it's a balance, right? You gotta balance it with its castle. It's supposed to kind of represent classic castle because it goes with that Lion Knight's castle, which is, they're bringing back old themes, so they're trying to keep it maybe a little more simpler looking.
Yeah. I do want to point this out. General Trons, the only problematic is the color difference of the olive green and the dark tan. Those are not two colors that I would have put together. I
Olive
agree.
green and dark tan.
Yeah. They're very, very, very hard to tell the difference. And I'm running into that right now with my castle, is I'm using a lot of olive green in the ground and the rock is all dark tan. So I can't have them too close to each other or they look almost the same, which is what we're getting with this building. But don't
see that. Yeah.
don't let olive green trick you, man. That's a dope ass color.
Oh no, I love olive green. I'm not against olive green as a color. I don't necessarily love it as this building connected to the red building, and then mixing with dark tan is a rough choice. I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, it
assume
could have
it's
been
supposed to be like a clay.
It could have been mixed with a brown, like even a reddish brown would have been better, I think.
Well, the bottom is red brown, and so if you had, here's what I would say: if you wanted to really commit to the olive green, make the accents on it, like you said, the red brown. Make it Tudor. Make it fill the Tudor in the building with that olive green, like they would have
Yeah.
done back then. So the olive green might be like a mud or a clay type filling in between the Tudor stick work or whatever, right? So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, that's maybe where you might.
Yeah, because it's very hard. Now this is in pictures, okay?
That's true. Yeah,
It might feel and look a little bit different once you have it sitting in front of you.
yeah,
But
yeah.
as far as color contrast, it is weak on that building. I'm not opposed to it, but
Yeah.
you know, I do like the olive green. And if I'm not mistaken, there's olive green masonry bricks in there.
Yes. So that's fun. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I mean, again, olive green's a good color. I really like that color. I agree with you there. This is nitpick, like we're saying. Overall, we're looking 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10.
This is a 9 out of 10 for me. Like I said, this is a two set pickup on day one.
Yeah. Yeah. So
No
little
question about it.
nitpicks are those. Colors was a big one for a lot of people for some reason. I do understand that. But yeah, it could be, if you really care, you can fix it a little bit. If I probably leave it the way it is. But
yeah, I mean, it's not a big deal.
No. Lack of animals, just because I think the reason people were getting on that a little more is because the original leaks had many animals shown and they scaled that down. That's probably because, guys, think about it. Lego does their little games, so we got better minifig prints and probably got rid of a couple animals for that. So
Probably.
I'd rather have the minifig peasants and the prince and some of these cool civilians than another cow. That being said, I understand why, it is weird to have a medieval town square without a horse in it. I get that.
Yeah,
and
there's
maybe
no horse.
a horse for that cart would make a lot of sense, because that guy surely is not pushing that around with his nice purple cloak.
No.
So I get it. They made concessions here and gave us some really cool stuff there, so they're moving things around. But, you probably like that the trees are brown, huh?
Yeah, that's great. I like brown trees.
You got those brown. You don't like those black trees, those funky black trees from old school days. I like that the black trees. I like the brown tree. Brown trees look good. I think it works really well for this. A black tree might just look weird. I think they did it well for the Lion Knight's castle. For some reason, I think they pulled it off there with the black trees, but I get that people want to lean more towards the brown trees. And it's not like Castle didn't have brown trees. There were probably more brown trees in Castle than black trees. The black trees were just the original trees. So
yeah.
Tricerion, or no, what's it? Yeah. He mentioned that the building on the left had the roof was undercooked or uncooked a little bit. So that's what we were talking. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But these are also very easy fixes. You're left with a nice,
dude,
exposed stud.
Yeah. You got exposed studs, man. Get you a handful of wedges, cheese wedges, and throw them on there in color combos.
Little slopes and wedges, you can fix that up real quick.
Yeah,
so that's
dude, I love that look.
Not a bad way to fix that up for pretty cheap. Again, very cheap.
Yes,
very
cheap.
Yeah, and as far as animals go, there's another goat in that little $5 goat herd guy. Get a couple more of him, he'd fit right into this scene.
The plain white one.
Yep, the little plain white ones. And then obviously horses and cows and things like that are available on Pick-a-Brick and Bricklink. They're a little expensive, so you're gonna drop $5-10, but you're gonna get a couple more animals to fill it out if you need to do that. So
that dark bluish gray goat is going to be a hot commodity on Bricklink.
That's a good
within 2 days of that set releasing.
That's a great thing to point out, because up until now it's just been a white spotted goat, which is very hard to get a hold of. The white goat, which is very plain, and then this new dark gray goat. Big news, actually. I mean, that's huge. Get rid of the stupid cow and give me a dark gray goat. I'd rather have a dark gray goat than another nougat cow.
Yeah.
So good stuff. I want to say welcome, everyone. I think we kind of already did, but thank you for joining us. We got 54 people watching. We also got another, almost 20 subscribers last week, 15 subscribers, something like that. So thank you for joining in.
Yeah,
drop a like, drop a follow. You're welcome to drop a donation if you feel inclined to do so. All that's turned on, so we appreciate it. Helps us push us in the algorithm if you want to drop a like and you enjoy the content. And definitely drop comments. I see the comments just been blowing up since we started.
Yeah.
We do try to cover those that we can catch. So
So here's the backside, which is pretty phenomenal. I did want to point out, I can't remember who it was that mentioned it, but they said it was cool that we got an actual tax collector.
oh, is that the little the guy that's
the purple guy? He's a tax
I called him
collector.
a merchant. I thought he was a merchant, but he might be a tax collector. Is he a tax collector?
Yes, he's a tax collector. He's always got a little bag with him and coins, and he's got a little checklist, which is the sticker on a tile.
Oh, that's right. He's going and messing with the guy doing the cheese and making sure he's paying his due taxes. And he's got the tax. He's up in the hotel counting his money. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
In this picture, the Wolfpack guy is in his room.
Stealing it.
Stealing it.
I love that. That's perfect. That's awesome. Yeah. So the red building here, the one on the left, that hinge is open. It looks beautiful closed. I don't know if you've seen that image of it closed.
Yeah, it looks like a giant building.
Well done. Very, very reminiscent of the Guarded Inn. Obviously, I don't really think it's supposed to be the Guarded Inn. Maybe we're inspired by it, right? But this is the building that looks really nice next to the Lion Knight's castle. If you can kind of nest it up, open the Lion Knight's castle, right? Because it opens. Open it up and then put this along the. I think it's, if you're facing the Lion Knight's castle, it looks really good on the right side there with that tower.
Yeah.
Mirroring the other towers. And of course, you get the Lion Knight guard who's in this. So, Adam, tax collector, looks like he's skimming off the top. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, he's got some fancy clothes, man.
He knows what's up. Yeah, there's so much to like. Are we gonna get some close-ups to some of these prints and stickers?
Yeah, I've got them. I've got them here.
This is just giving us kind of an overview of the back.
Yeah, so I just wanted to display the back, and just so that we can look at it as an open unit. And it's pretty fantastic.
Yep.
Overall.
Prince John or Sheriff of Nottingham vibe, said JB. Yeah.
Yep.
For the tax collector guy, 100%.
It does. He almost looks like the Sheriff of Nottingham from the Disney's Robin Hood.
Dude, a little bit.
Very close.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of that.
He's got that skinny tights type pants looking on with like the little dangly thing with the belt and the whole deal. Feels very. It feels very very classic, like castle.
Yeah, very nostalgic. It's got a nostalgic feel.
But it's modern Lego.
I also love that it's purple. That's a fun color to get something.
Yeah, it is. It's a great color. It's a great color.
And it's a good color to see that. You can also see along the right-hand upper corner of this image that the buildings kind of stack a little bit, and we got the roofs that come off.
So it's modular.
A nice little. That's really cool because you could pop those two off and add a second story if you want, or something fun there if you wanted to get creative. But yeah, that also gives you access to these other buildings. So I think they all hinge. This one hinges a little differently though. The one on the right with the cheese.
It does. It opens up from the middle.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, it is. It's the first time Lego's ever done that.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but it works pretty well. It's kind of like it's almost like the center stays and the two buildings kind of hinge open from the sides there. Yeah, so that's nice.
Which is fun.
Yeah, it's cool, and I'm sure they can unclip or whatever, and you can kind of do what you want with them. And now is that a wheelwright? Or that's a carpenter? The middle one is a carpenter.
Yeah, the middle one is the carpenter. Yeah,
got it. And then you got the loom and the cheese shop, and then it looks like an inn, right? An inn is the other one, and the whole thing is an inn.
Well,
and a shield maker.
We can take a look at this. So you got the Broken Axes Inn is one. Okay. The farmhouse. And then I got the Watchtower, Shieldsmith Workshop.
Mm-hmm.
You got the tax collector, and basically just the town square or whatever.
Grab a snack at the
So they've got there's quite a few different things in here.
Sure.
I mean, it's a little underwhelming overall. And that's probably why it's a 9 out of 10 for me, is because I thought we were going to get more buildings.
Hmm.
But they just put 2 in that open up, and then they crammed everybody into the tightest little nook that they could.
I see. Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Versus having their own standalone that would make kind of like, I mean, because this isn't really a square. This is like one side of it. So where's the other 3 sides of the square that make the square?
It's the medieval village from Royal, or from, what is that? The one with the 2 cows and the Royal Knights. Not the Royal Knights, the Crown Knights, the Crownies.
Yeah.
You get that, and you can build out the whole square.
I have that still in box over here.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
I
waiting to
have
get,
it. I don't
to
obviously
get
have
2
it.
of these, right?
So yeah. Or yeah, you get 2 of these. 2 of these wouldn't look super good together just because they look
No,
so
but
obviously the same. But
you could change the colors,
oh, sure, yeah.
you know?
Yeah. So here we got some of the minifigs. Better
Yeah.
look at those guys.
Yeah. Which is great. I love the purple guy. See Jason, he's got that little like tax collector book.
Purple guy and the red peasant lady, I think, and the wolf pack steal the show. The rest are pretty standard, basic looking figs.
Which is good. We need those.
Yep. You got the 2 reuse prints, obviously the Lion Knight and the kind of green little.
Yeah, what is that? Is that a sand green?
Is that a sand? Yeah, I think it's a sand green. Kind of a remake of that old, Forestman torso.
Yeah.
But it's just
kind
in
of,
sand green. It's very similar, right? It's got the lace up in the little pouch. It's a good torso. I mean,
yeah, I mean, I've got a bunch of those.
Yeah.
Already.
I think the weakest torso might be this light blue guy.
Yeah, that guy looks a little weird.
He doesn't quite work for me.
I don't like that there's only two of the minifigs have printed legs.
Yeah.
And the rest of them don't. I mean, that wolf pack should have had some printed legs on there.
That would have been nice, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I get that. Not very many of the old castle guys had any kind of printing on the legs, but we are in 2024 too. So.
Right. Something too that I don't think anybody has noticed or pointed out anywhere at all. Okay, is in the tavern. The shieldsmith is playing chess with the guard in the tavern. Do you see this?
I see that. Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah.
But nobody's mentioned that that's like a chess game going on in the corner of the tavern.
That's interesting. Yeah, no, I love it. I like the design they did for the tap, the ale tap there. That's great.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's really nice. You get another little mandolin guy. He's playing some songs. Yeah, altogether, the minifigs are solid in this.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Printed legs would have been nice.
Yeah. Well, and even a printed, maybe the dress with the red lady, having some printing down there. Because even Willa had printing on her dress, and that was 1998. So,
Gabrielle Epstein is saying there's a chessboard print there. Not sure if it's a new part. Yeah, I'm not sure if it is. It might be that thatched part from Minecraft.
Interesting.
Because that looks very similar to like a chessboard when it's laid flat. Not exactly, cool. But if you go to my Instagram and you scroll all the way back to the very beginning of time, I've got 2 guys playing chess, and it's a 4x4 table. And I printed a sticker that was a chessboard, and I did the same concept with the little statues being the pieces. So
it's a good. Concept. I like yours. They also did a chessboard sticker for the house banners for Harry Potter, which is a decent chessboard sticker too. But this one's a 2x2. I think the Harry Potter one was a 4x4.
Yeah, 2x2 is a little small.
Yeah, it's a little small for those chess pieces. I appreciate they put it in there. I've done that myself in some of my own castle designs. Had a little chessboard going, and I think it's cool to get that.
Yeah, it's a nice touch.
Lego Den said something earlier up here. I lost the comment. Dang it! They were basically saying, "This is small complaints. People stop. Like, look what we're getting, guys." Which is fair. Yeah, like overall, we're getting something really cool here. So I just wanted to call that out. I couldn't find his original comment, but Lego Den also says, so she's forest. The Lego peasant is not a forest. I would say no, not a forestman. Mainly because That also came as a Magisto torso and a peasant torso in Classic Castle in gray and blue, as well as the
Mhm.
green. And so this sand green one, I think, is just a representation of that. So I wouldn't consider her a forestman, but she maybe has ties to them. I would assume most of the peasants in Lego Castle are friends of the forestmen.
So here, I tried to get all of the flags and signs that were being used
Okay.
because I wanted to talk about them briefly.
Yeah.
Top left corner, you got the Wolfpack wanted for 50 gold.
And those are the original.
Those are
Just
the
to point
original
out,
coins.
the shiny coins. Yep.
So where the hell are the shiny coins?
That's a good point.
I want them. I
Where are
don't
my
want. I don't
chrome
want the
coins?
crown. I don't want the crown 1x1 round tiles.
Yeah.
I don't want those. I want the gold. I want
That
the
being
gold to come
said,
back.
I do like the crown 1x1 tiles, but I like the gold ones better.
Oh yeah, I like the gold ones. I've got $500 worth of the original Lego gold.
Yeah. Yeah. I might too. I've got handfuls of those old coins.
I love them. You can just send them to me, Jason.
No. They're worth
So,
more
so right
than
next
real
to
money.
that, right next to that,
Yes.
we got our first little like carpenter blueprint for castle
For a little chair. That's
for a little chair,
amazing.
which is great.
I like
It's
that.
a great feature.
It's really cool. Yeah, it's a good. I really like that print or that sticker, I should say.
And then let's see here on the next one over, you've got I can't hardly see that there's a cheese one,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's the carpenter's sign, right?
Okay, yeah.
And then bottom left, you've got a fork and a knife crossed for the tavern.
Right.
Then you got the crossed axes, black axes, okay, on the little guard tower.
Love it. Kind of
Which
a
is,
reference to the axe shield, maybe.
yeah, it is. In my head, it is.
Yeah, because it's a line knight.
And then that awesome tapestry print, which is I mean, it's decal, it's a sticker, I'm assuming,
Yeah, it
of
looks
Yellow
like it.
Castle and the original Joust, which is
Amazing.
amazing.
And
Yeah,
just that
I mean,
that alone makes this.
you can't get any better. You can't get any better than that. They should have put that in the other castle.
Yeah, that is such a beautiful print or sticker. It's sad it's a sticker, but it's still so cool. It's one of my favorite things about this.
Sticker. We assume it's a sticker because
I
there's
mean,
so many.
these you can kind of see if you get a closer image of it, you can see the line of the sticker on it. But yeah, I mean, we assumed a lot of the stuff from the Lion Knight's castle were stickers, and it turned out to be pretty much all prints. So now there was a reference to the black dragon from Dragon Masters, or not
Yep.
Dragon from Fright Nights. Do
From
we have?
Fright Nights? Yeah, I don't have that image.
Okay.
I couldn't actually find that.
Yeah, it's on the. I think it's on like the back side of the tree. But
yeah,
it's like beware.
Yeah. See, this is on the other side of the tree.
Yeah. So we do have that, and then I think the
there's a picture of this guy inside the tavern or something, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah. And then there's a reference to the Black Knight. It's the little book. It's the book that the tax collector's holding. His little scroll has a picture of the Black Knight on it.
Oh yeah. It's hard. It's hard to see with the images that have been provided to us.
It is difficult to tell. And then there's also a reference to the Royal Knight's king on a horse.
Yeah.
Did you say that one already?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So lots of castle references for everybody, which is really fun.
Yeah, lots of Easter eggs. You gotta love that, man.
I absolutely love all of the signage. Like, it's so cool. I really do like it. I think they did a good job overall with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yellow tapestry is a nice touch. JB says. Lego Den was asking what's up with the wheel above the door. Well, that's a carpenter's shop, and he's probably a wheelwright as well. It's on a crane, actually, so it can be moved up and down. So he's probably just part of what they're building at that shop. There is what that wheel's doing there. Tricerion 11 out of 10 for the castle references. There you go. Yeah. See, that's the thing.
Fire.
It's like, okay, well, sure, you can complain about some colors. Sure, you can complain about the lack of an animal, but the castle references blow this thing up. Like it's 11 out of 10.
Intense Bricks is here. Hello, Rich. How are you? It was good to meet you on Saturday. Let me tell you something. If you guys aren't following him on Instagram right now, you need to, and go look at his Fright Nights Castle. That thing is absolutely phenomenal. I saw it in person, 5 inches from my face over the weekend, and what an epic build that is.
Yeah. But I know that, like I said earlier to you, I think before we started the live stream, that I know the photos just don't, sometimes you can't do something like that justice. So
no, it doesn't. The in person is way different.
someone said the lore said the Shieldmaker dreams of being a Viking, which is kind of awesome. She's also very much looks like a Viking, so I feel
the
like
carpenter.
Yeah, the carpenter.
Yeah.
In my brain, she was a Viking, came over here and maybe settled down and became a carpenter. Because most of the time, the European side of things wouldn't dream of becoming Vikings because those were the barbarians that would kill everybody and take all their stuff. But maybe. Works both ways, I suppose. I like it, though. I like it. I'm not sure where that came from. I wonder if there's some lore on the website. If there is, we should have pulled it off, but that's cool. Check it out. It is available. These images are available on lego.com. So if you want to get closer looks, dig into this more yourself, read the descriptions and things like that, you can do that on lego.com.
Oh, yeah. But then you wouldn't get our opinion, so just stay right here.
Right, so yeah, don't go there yet. Like, come on now. Just hang out with us for a little longer here.
This is I just did a screen split here so we could look at it a little bit closer. I'm very, very excited to get this. I'm very excited to play around with some color changes.
Yeah.
And like you said, I can't do just like a plain stud roof. I got to put the cheese wedges on there or something, some kind of decorative roof a little bit better, something that looks a little bit more authentic rather than just the old plate style roof. I mean, even looking at the Viking Village was a little bit better than this, but even it was kind of weak.
Viking Village is interesting because it's so monotone. There's just really one or two colors in there. Yeah, so this is very much. It's funny because people are saying this is drab and boring looking, and the colors are toned down and everything. And I'm like, this is way more vibrant than the Viking Village. Like, there's a lot more going on.
Minifig Collector has asked this multiple times in the chat here.
Okay.
And I would like to address it. How many castle factions have been remade at this point? We got the Forceman 1, Falcon 2, Lion Knights 3, Wolfpack officially 4.
Now, 4. Dragon Masters.
5 would be, technically Dragon Masters, and 6 would be the Batlord.
Yeah. So if we're counting minifig, like the what do you call that?
We all know that's the Batlord.
No, the CMFs, but then Fright Nights has been already done with the Ghost, and so has Wolfpack with Rogue. So, we got. I don't know how far back we're talking about. If we're talking about like this year or within the last year or two, then it's and you're counting CMFs, then it's Fright Nights and the Dragon Masters counts, I guess, if you're talking about the gift with purchase, which counts still. But
I mean, and you got the classic crown minifig from the CMF too.
Yeah, that is technically a remake.
And if you want to get technical without being a remake, you got the Raven Knights, the Bear Knights,
all the dwarves.
All the dwarves, yeah. I mean,
But as far as within the last bit, they've slowly been leaking out over the last year or two some remakes and some reprints of some of these classic castle factions, and Wolfpack is the most recent addition with this leak here. So, or with this, it's not a leak anymore.
It's phenomenal. I mean, that's I need 15 dark bluish gray goats. I need 20 of the new Wolfpack torso.
Yeah. I like the original one better. I don't love the detail on this. I still want it. I think it's cool, and I just like the original better. I don't know why. That's my opinion, though. So whatever. Yeah. So that's cool. It's good to see these factions coming back in any capacity. I'd love to see them come back in actual, their own sets. A lot of these guys are coming out in, gift with purchases or like one fig in a big set. You know, I don't know that we'll see any more Dragon Masters because of the way they treated the one in the CMF or
They treated them dirty.
yeah. So I don't know that we'll see that come back. That might be our one shot there with that one fig.
Jose, I don't mind the black box. I don't care what kind of box it comes in, to be honest with you. As long as the set's cool.
You see, he changed his little profile to that purple knight.
I know. I don't know if he did that on purpose to piss me off or what.
I think he legitimately did. um, yeah, I don't. If I'm gonna give an opinion, I think the original art, even on the Lion Knight's castle, obviously looks better in my opinion. But I'll take the black box because it's what's in it is the best. I like the art from the old boxes better, obviously. You know, and
there's some heavy nostalgic connection to the yellow box.
Yeah, so I've seen some people do remakes of this set on a yellow background or the classic background. It looks really nice. But you know, the black box, you get the black box with the Viking Fortress as well, and so it's part of their icons, whatever they're doing, kind of thing. And personally, they're just trying to make it look more, you know, official and more 18 plus, I guess. But I like the yellow boxes. But that's, you know, that's just me. Again, it doesn't change for me whether or not this is something I want to pick up or whether the set's good.
Yeah.
Yes, I care about the instructions looking cool. I care about the box looking good. But those aren't like deal breakers, obviously, for anything like this. So
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on the Legos website, you can see all of these kind of cool things. Here.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a closer shot of the tapestry. I like the fact that they actually named the tavern Broken Axes Inn.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that too. So it's not the Guarded Inn.
No.
Because it's not. Clearly it's the Broken Axis Inn.
Yeah. There you go.
There you go. So guys who are trying to pretend that this is some remake of the Guarded Inn, I guess we're not. Yes, there is some very minimal kind of references or inspiration taken, mainly just the Red Tudor. If it didn't have Red Tudor and like a little, you know, guardhouse next to it, then people wouldn't think it was the Guarded Inn at all.
Right.
Even if that was white Tudor.
I don't think we've mentioned the lion opioid shield.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way in hell that that's a sticker.
No, I was gonna say, I think that's one of like 2 prints in the whole set is that sticker.
I think the rest
shield. Yeah. I think the shield and maybe the chessboard are printed and obviously the minifigs and then the rest are stickers. But I wish there was another 1 or 2 of these hanging in the shop. Every other shield they included is blank, which is pretty dumb in my opinion. Or a Wolfpack shield should be hanging in the background because they're not giving us a Wolfpack shield with this Wolfpack guy. That I will say is kind of pisses me off a little bit.
Like, well, I think what's going to happen here, Jason, is depending on how many they sell of this, will determine. And you forget that Lego can see the transactions on Bricklink as well, based on part number.
Right.
When they see an overload of people buying the Wolfpack minifig.
Yeah. Oh, you cut off there for a second. We might have lost you again. I know what you're saying though. They're gonna potentially lean into giving us more Wolfpack stuff. I think for me it's huge if you get the printed torso of these old factions, but it's, you know, it needs to be complemented a lot of times with the shields because that's really, or a flag. Mostly a shield though, I think is more important for me. So yeah, not getting a Dragon Master shield or even a sticker for that in the gift with purchase is kind of bummer, you know, and not getting a Wolfpack shield. And this is obviously, again, it's more of a nitpick thing, but it would have been nice to have one considering they put 3-4 blank shields in this shop. They could have had at least another finished shield so that she was working on, because she's working on this lion one, but having another one would have been nice. Lorem Ipsum Wolfpack will likely appear in other coming sets like they did in the past. Maybe. We'll see. It's hard to know exactly what Lego's got up their sleeves, but Tricerion, cheesemaker, but no cow. Deal breaker. I mean, yeah, it must be all goat cheese from that one poor little goat, I guess. At least they included the goat. Like, if they had a cheesemaker with no milk producing animal, that would have been kind of dumb. General Tron's bricks. I'm betting if there is a Wolfpack set, it will be another GWP. That's a fair bet, actually. They seem to like stuffing those into GWPs instead of giving us retail sets. Minifig Collector says the chair is the same design as in the Lion Knight's castle. That's a phenomenal reference. Again, putting this next to the castle is going to make a lot of sense, and so you're going to get that, that cohesion coming through, which, me, I'm always talking about the cohesion, the cohesiveness of themes and how they work together. So seeing those references, the architecture on the tower for the little guard, and then the chair is the same in the Lion Knight's castle. That's awesome. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. I haven't watched the designer video yet. I probably should. Probably should have before I came on and talked all this. Is that Kex Bricks says, if you watch the designer video, the cheesemaker's parents went to buy a cow. Got it. So that's how they're kind of excusing that. Well, his parents went to go purchase a cow. Hey, I mean, I guess if you can work the lore around it to make it work out, there you go. Tricerion might have been a carpenter lore that wanted to be a Viking. Okay, yeah, we already talked about that. Hey, welcome back.
Sorry, man. Damn weather.
All good. It's all good. At least you got your power, so you can jump back on here.
I know. I was worried if we were gonna have a blackout there for a little bit, the way it was going.
And for people who wonder why it jumps eventually to just my face, is when Andrew disconnects, he's the one that's got the slides and the mainstream going. Luckily, it doesn't drop us both. Otherwise, we'd really have problems here. But
that'd be a real big problem.
Yeah, so I can keep, talking to you guys, keep the stream going, but we do lose Andrew, and we lose the slides as well. So that's why it just cuts to my face when we're doing that. So, which I don't mind, it's all good. But I was talking about a little bit how it's not the Guarded, it's not a remake. People have also been doing this comparison online with, like, the original Lego Village, what's it called? The marketplace, medieval market from 2009 or 10.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, so this had this and that had this had cows, whatever. I'm like, dude, this is not a remake of that set on any level.
No.
Completely different set. It's not pretending to be a remake. It's a town square. It's not a village. Like, the buildings aren't even the same. I don't think they have a blacksmith in this building,
There is no blacksmith in the new set.
Which is pretty cool, actually, because they put a blacksmith in every
set
ever.
Every set since like '86.
It's fun to see them branch out a little bit here.
Well, we do have that really nice blacksmith already.
A little. The one thing, man, that bugs me about that is the size. I like that it's big, but it doesn't fit well with these buildings.
He's rich, dude.
He's living in a building as big as a castle.
He's a wealthy blacksmith.
Yeah. It's a very different style than the castle in this set. So, but I have it. I couldn't have not gotten it, right? Like,
I still have one of those in the box.
Yeah, there's no way I would have let that pass me by.
Yeah.
I think that was the first appearance of the Black Falcons, the reboot there.
That was the first time. Then we got the 3-in-1 right after.
You could almost say that's what started it all.
It did kind of.
And then us throwing a massive stink about the whole vote for the 90th anniversary when they threw Castle in the gutter.
Yeah.
And do you remember that? I think we talked about that. I think
we
part
did.
of us pushing this online was what got us these castle sets. Because we, as a community, not just you and I, or not just my Instagram, but we took Lego to task and said, look, you broke that theme up into all of its sub-factions, and each sub-faction got thousands of votes, but none of them got enough as Bionicle or whatever, because you put that all in one thing, or you put all space in one thing. So, yeah, I think us as a castle community coming together and saying you got to put us at least on the ballot here, because combining all of the factions we all voted for,
Yeah.
we double, completely outvoted everyone else.
Oh
Maybe
yeah.
some of you guys joining don't know, but yeah, in a few years back when they did the 90th anniversary, the reason we have all these icon sets was from a vote that Lego did through the community, asking what old sets we wanted to bring back, what old factions we want to bring back, and so that's what we're talking about here, real quick. But yeah,
Hey,
anyway.
at least we got them.
Dude, we got him, man. I mean, we kind of won. Like, maybe not in the capacity we all thought, but
I feel like we have.
I kind of feel like that too, man. Like,
I mean, I'm gonna go to the Lego store on March 1st and pick up 2 brand new castle sets.
yeah, and
So,
then with
I can't complain.
people subbing in, with some of those designer Bricklink sets. There's more castle stuff coming on the Bricklink designer program, and there's another
I
pirate
know.
set coming on that
Yep.
too. So, like, we're getting things from different places here, but it's coming together.
Yeah.
So yeah, Viking set, the Viking ship, the creator pirate ship, which is a beautiful set. If you like pirates, that creator pirate ship is amazing.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I really like that one. And the creator castle, we kind of dumped on that, and I still kind of do, but I got falcons, got castle parts, bought a couple of them. I think I have 3, honestly.
Can't complain.
So
yeah, you can't complain.
Yeah, we're slowly taking ground here, guys. So
before we run out of time, I did want to mention the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs cottage. This is supposed to be coming out in March, and technically there's 10 minifigs. The evil witch as the old lady does come in this set as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Is she hiding somewhere in the back?
You can't see her in this picture here, but it does.
That's cool.
Which is pretty awesome.
The prince, Snow White, all 7 dwarves, and the witch.
Yeah. And the prince. Yeah.
What more do you need?
You don't.
That's nice. This is cool. This is a win. This is a win for Castle fans as well, I would say.
Yeah.
If you don't like Disney or you don't like Snow White, which, by the way, Snow White is one of the best Disney movies.
The classic
Snow White
Disney
and Sleeping Beauty. Sleeping Beauty is beautiful. That's an amazing movie. But
when it comes to castle stuff.
Yes. When it comes to castle, that's what I,
Look, Jose's over. Oh, Jose's over here talking some smack. What's your problem with that, buddy? What's your problem with Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, man?
It's a classic tale.
Yeah.
Set in a medieval fantasy setting. Come on now. You Mr. Fantasy era over there with your Danju purple jelly bean knight.
Ooh.
Don't make me put you on. Don't make me banish you now.
Intense just made a comment. Look at that, Jason. The original black lattice is in there.
For the windows?
Yeah.
Big time. That's
huge.
That's huge, yeah. For parts.
And new beards. New I mean, those are peasant prints all day.
Yeah.
Maybe not dopey, but the rest of them.
Oh, yeah. You got some new beard prints. I kind of like those. Some cool little dwarf hats, and you can use those for gnomes or any other kind of medieval creature, humanoid, small creatures and things like that. I think it's interesting. We had mentioned that they ought to include the glass coffin or whatever it was.
They did.
They did, yeah. But the first image we saw way back,
we couldn't see it. Yeah, but it is. It's in there, which is great. So you can recreate that scene.
Well, and here's the thing. Like this, okay, you don't like the dwarves? Fine. Get rid of them. You don't like... I don't care. Put the peasants from the city in this. Put this next to the blacksmith shop. That's the scale that would work well. You've got the blacksmith.
Yeah, you got two buildings that are the scale.
You got a big, cottage for your medieval people to live in.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to have this set. Maybe 2 of them. I mean, there's got to be just a shit ton of parts in that would be awesome to have.
Yeah, Steve Weiser, dwarf wrestling, lol. There you go. Jose, what are you talking about?
I know. He's
coming in here. What you saying D&D for sure? D&D. Not to get too crazy on this, because we didn't actually include an image of that leak. It's not really fully official, but I think it has been confirmed. They demolished that set from the original design.
They did.
I do not know what they did to it.
They trashed it.
It looks pretty trash to me. The minifigs look cool. I think the minifigs are going to be cool. There's probably going to be some cool prints in it, like printed tiles or some stickers. I think there's going to be some cool designs in it. But the original, like, based on, I don't know what they did. It looks like a patchwork or something. They put like weird purple roofs that look totally unfinished, and like they popped in trees and put some weird rocks that didn't
I told
belong
Jason,
there. Like,
somebody at Lego chewed up a rainbow and spit it all over that set.
it's bizarre looking, man.
Whoever did the remake for that from Lego probably should be taken down a peg or two and put like in Friends.
Yeah, I don't know. Judah Briscoe D&D Castle is coming in April 1st. Yeah, so again, it is. I would say, in my opinion, I'm not hating on you, Jose. We appreciate all that you've done for this channel, all your information you bring in.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but I'm giving you a little bit of a hard time. I think out of those two, the D&D remake or the D&D that Lego's doing, the D&D set, and this one, I think this one fits better for a Lego Castle fan than the D&D one.
Yeah.
But they're both wins for Lego Castle.
Yeah.
They're a little on the fringe. They're not core Lego Castle, but they're both wins, I would say. So something to think about. I know we don't have images of the D&D one. You can find them on Instagram. They're floating around. But yeah. Jose, because it's Disney license, will it be torsos available on bricks and pieces? Maybe one or two, but probably. They do have like a couple Harry Potter ones. So sometimes one leaks in there and you can buy it. I'd love to get some of these, more of these, if they did that. We'll see. Probably not, though, like you said. Yeah.
Tricerion points out the birch tree in this, and I do love it because I love that they took the swamp piece, the vine piece, made it white, and now it's like little tiny branches that come out.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a good point. I don't think we've gotten those in white. Have we gotten those in white yet?
I don't think so.
I'm not really like the guy that's tracking every part and what color it comes out on every set. There's like, I think elemental something. There's an elements page, white new elementary does that on Instagram. Yeah. Follow them if you want like all the information on new parts and stuff like that. But yeah, that's the seaweed part from Divers. Like that came out with Divers.
And they were always in green.
Yeah, green, and then they did like dark green. I think they've even done black now and some other colors, but white is a new color for that. And that's a really good point. I like that. That's a cool use there for that part.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I think it's great, especially the way that Lego has been doing these trees that have come out in like the A-frame cabin, Rivendell, where they're like a single stalk and then there's just a few random branches coming off of it.
Yeah.
That is very helpful because it's got like 5 prongs on it that you can attach 5 different leaves, sizes to.
For sure.
So if you get a couple of those going around there, I mean, you can fill out a tree and have nice thin little branches, which looks good.
Yeah. I think that looks pretty cool. That'd be a fun piece to get in brown at some point.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the brown one. Where's the brown one, dude?
I don't know, man. That'd be a wild piece to get in brown, but it seems like they wouldn't do it because is it hard plastic? I thought it was kind of soft. But they could still do it.
No, it doesn't matter. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, it could still be done. And then they got this interesting technique for these pine trees they do now with the little ferns upside down.
Mm-hmm.
And then it looks like those parts, I think the leaf parts over the door come in dreams, but look at how good that looks on this set. Like, I really like that part.
Yeah.
And that part could actually probably be utilized, I think maybe even as like some palm leaves or palm trees, maybe. I don't know. Now we're getting into the weeds a little bit, literally.
Yeah, well, I mean, I kind of like that part, right? But if you use too many of them, you're going to be looking like Fabuland.
Well, you're gonna get some cartoony kind of vibes going for it.
Yeah, and I don't know that I want to go that route.
That's fair. Yeah. Lego's got so many useful elements already.
Sprinkled into some normal stuff where it's like a bush or something.
Or maybe on like one chunk of rock as moss on top of it.
Yeah, I mean something like that. Yeah, I mean you don't want to overdo that piece.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I've seen guys build entire hills in the castle.
Sure.
Of like those little bamboo leaves.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, you just took a shortcut straight to hell. Because that looks awful.
I get that. I
It's
understand.
not grass.
Yeah. Overdoing it on most any part, you lose something there for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ivan says they ruined the D&D set completely. LOL. Well, $360 saved for the Market Village instead. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's gonna have to come with something pretty phenomenal for me to drop that kind of cash.
Yeah.
Although it's a D&D set, man. Does it really matter what it looks like at the end of the day? Do you want a piece of history?
That's true. That is true.
I mean,
First time,
are you gonna be
man.
the castle guy that loves Lego his whole life and says, "No, I don't want to buy the Dungeon and Dragons set"?
I mean, it is regardless of what they ended up doing, it's gonna be like you said, a piece of history. It's iconic that Lego did it.
They could literally shit in a box and people are still gonna buy it because it's Dungeons and Dragons.
I mean, you're not wrong. Yeah. Let's see. I mean, D&D. Let's see. It had to
I
be
mean,
downsized.
before video games were big, there was Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
You
No,
know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
it goes back, dude. Dungeons and Dragons is like foundational. It was Lord of the Rings, and then Dungeons and Dragons ripped off Lord of the Rings, and then they had to rename a bunch of stuff, and then it was Dungeons and Dragons. Like that's it, dude. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. They Jose's saying that they downsized it. I don't. I don't think they did more than just downsizing it. Also, I believe that there was a part limit to that contest, so he built within the parameters of that contest.
Yeah.
You're saying it might have been 500 if it was done the way he did it. I don't know that they took that many parts out. It's still a very large set. I just think they drastically changed the profile of the set.
Yeah.
And then they borrowed an Ninjago dragon and threw it on top.
Yeah,
So.
they gotta be careful with these Ninjago dragons, man.
Those Ninjago dragons be sneaking around a little bit.
They do. They can't just throw Asian dragons into my castle sets.
Well, I think they did change out the head mold on it, so that if that is a new European dragon, because it does seem like that should be a European dragon for that type of set. That would be cool to see maybe what they do with a new head mold. But I don't love brick built dragons for the most part in general. So, and there's actually a ton of brick built creatures in that D&D set, which drops it down a peg for me again. Not that I was expecting them to
again. The box says Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, and if they do a cool box like with the D&D logo on it, man, like how are you?
You got to own the piece of history that literally took the name from the Black Knight's castle.
Right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is.
Dungeons and Dragons sued Lego because they called the Black Knight's castle Dungeon Master's castle.
Yeah.
And here we are, like what, 2-3 decades later.
Lego's
making a Dungeons and Dragons set.
Dungeons and Dragons underpins a huge amount of the foundation of fantasy, whether that's novels, whether that's kind of inspiration for board games, obviously tabletop games. That's where. And video games, hugely influential. It's kind of like, how Lovecraft also does that. So I understand, being this. It's more than just, I guess, what the set was or what it looks like. It is an icon, a nostalgic thing that's happening here with the D&D thing. So, sour apple surgery. Just bring back the OG dragon mold. Yes, please. Thank you. That'd be awesome. You did it with the goat. You can do it.
Right.
Heck, there's enough floating out there. You can just purchase one of your old dragon molds and stick it in some resin and make a new mold. Mold it exactly off the old one.
Right. Well, that's about it for tonight, guys. Next week we are jumping back into Pirate. We just had to push it back a week so we could talk about this phenomenal set that we're going to have here in a couple weeks. So I hope everybody has a great night. Thanks for joining. Thanks for commenting.
Yeah.
And being a part.
Yeah, thanks for commenting. Again, I wish we could get to every single comment.
Me too.
the channel grows, the more people join in these lives. Obviously, we can't focus as much on the people who are commenting. Steve. I just read Steve. Hi, Steve.
Hey, Steve.
Another great live stream. Appreciate it, Steve. Someone also said Matt Brandon likes the little blue bird and the Snow White set. Yeah, that's perfect. Little touches like that, and there's a cool shot of the back somewhere online that shows even more. Tricerion's looking forward to Pirates. Yeah. Oh, great Pirates talk, guys. Thanks. Yeah.
You bet.
Yeah. Anytime. Yeah. So that's it. Thanks. I just want to say thanks to the chat. We did try to address what we can, so we appreciate you being here.
Yeah. And for those of you that are waiting on my castle update, I am waiting on just a few more pieces. I just got to finish out before I can take some solid photos to create a video. But that is coming. I am working relentlessly on it. I am literally out of parts in a certain color, and I'm waiting for them to get here. But it'll only be another couple days probably before I start putting some heavy hands on it.
Cool.
I'm very eager to show everybody.
We're looking forward to it, man. Can't wait to see that drop on Instagram. And yeah, thank you so much, everybody. That was another episode of Let's Talk About Lego. Have a good weekend. Have a good week. Not weekend, it's Monday.
Have a good weekend.
I wish. Have a good week. And
we'll text. I've got some of those. I have a whole bunch of them.
The Cypress. Yeah, dude. I got some of those darn wargs and boars too from the Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit from Ali. We don't talk about that here, though. We're just talking about Lego here.
Yeah, we don't talk about that stuff right here.
That's the hidden shame. Keep that away from us.
Have a good week, Jason, and we will talk to you guys next week.
Have a good one, man.
See ya.
See you later.